Hello friends, ever wondered how apps talk to each other instantly? Like your phone gets a notification when someone follows you. That's the magic of webhooks. In this video, we'll explore what webhooks are, how they work, and real life examples that will make it all crystal clear, even if you are not a developer. So, the first question is, what is a webhook? A webhook is a way for one application to send real-time data to another when something happens. Think of it like a doorbell. When someone presses it, you immediately gets notified without checking manually every time. So how does this webhook work? Technically, a webhook is just an HTTP post request that is triggered by an event. It sends data, usually JSON, to a specific URL you have configured. No polling, just push. So the difference between a webhook and API is like a webhook is a subset of an API. Okay, in the case of an API, you constantly need to poll. If you are expecting a response from a third party, you constantly need to wait for a response by polling it, right? So you have to keep on polling the third party application, and at some point the application will give you a response. But in the case of webhook, you are actually not polling anyone. You are just waiting for the third party to contact you. So whenever the third party has an event triggered, right? So something happens at the third party application's end, then it makes a call to your webhook and informs you that, okay, this event has happened and here is the data. And then based on that, you take actions. So this is where webhook becomes important. So which means there is no burden on your servers. So you are technically removing all the unnecessary things and making it more efficient with respect to exchange of data between two different parties. So API is like a request response, webhook is like event and then push. So when to use webhooks? Use webhooks when you want real-time updates without burdening your server with constant polling. Great for event-based actions like new user signups, form submissions, or error alerts. Now, if you want to know some real-time applications which are using webhooks, then imagine a payment application sending order confirmation to your email ID, or GitHub sending a push event to Jenkins to start a build, or Stripe informing your app about a successful payment. So these are some of the real world examples where webhooks are used. Now let's go back and check the overall architecture with an example. Here you can see this is the system design, which at a high level represents how a webhook call is made to an e-commerce application. So in this case, this e-commerce application is Amazon. So here is the customer who places a order in the e-commerce application and then makes a payment. Now the payment processing is handled by a third party. In this case, Amazon is using HSBC or Citibank, those kind of payment gateways. After the payment is made, this request goes to the third party, and then third party completes a transaction and informs back Amazon that the transaction is now complete. So this exchange of information between the third party and Amazon happens through webhook. So an event like completion of a transaction takes place in this third party platform here, and then it calls this webhook URL which is registered with this third party, and then informs that, okay, and the transaction is complete, here are the details. So based on that, then Amazon application will update other systems or do the further steps. So here in my case, in this video tutorial, what I will do is I will do something like this. I will create a Postman application, and which will simulate this particular third party application here, and then I will also create a ASP.NET webhook which will simulate this part. So using Postman, I will then call ASP.NET webhook. So let's now go back to our Visual Studio 2022 and create a new .NET API application. So let's name it something. Click on next. I'm using .NET 9.0 here. So let's click on create. So here you can see the solution has been created. If you want, you can delete this default controller and the class here. So let's delete this. Now let's add our own controller here. API controller, click on add, and let's give a name here. So the API controller has been created. We'll also create a class here, add a new folder called as entities, and inside this I'll create a class which is basically a type which will be used in my webhook. So name it like entity. Yep. So here let's add two properties. One is so event and payload, two properties, and it is of type nullable string. Let's now go back to our controller. So by default this code has been added, but I want to make some changes here. So receive, and I don't want any parameters here. This will be a HTTP post. Okay, so this is our empty method which is called as receive. Now we have to write some code here. First, we have to read the body of the request. The next step is to deserialize this body. So we have to use the JSON deserializer here. So what I will do is, let's say I'll declare a variable called as data equal to so now I'm deserializing it. I'm using the entity class that I have created earlier. If data equal to null, then return a bad request. If all is good, then in that case, we will send a OK. Right. So here, what we are doing is let's go to the code again. So first we are reading the body of the request, and then we are deserializing it, and then here we are checking if the data is null, then return a bad request, or if it is not null, which means it will come here, and we are returning a response code OK, which is response 200, and we are passing the same data back to the caller just to make it clear that we have received the data. So this part is done. Let's run it. Now, as you can see, I have received these URLs where this application is listening. So copy one of these URLs, go back to Postman, create a new request. So in my case, it should be post. So because we are using a webhook here you need to copy the name of your controller class. Right, so this is the complete URL. And now go to body, select raw here, and then add this JSON to your body. So this is what we are going to send to Webhook, and this is what we will also get back in return. So let's click on send button. Right, you can see we have received the response 200 OK. So that's a very simple example to show you how the Webhook work. So hopefully it is you have gained something from it. So if you like this video, then please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you are interested in more such videos, then please drop a comment. And if you want a part 2 of this video, actually I can create it as well, but please let me know in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching.